Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, apologies if the quality isn't that good or if there's any lag, it can't be helped. And feel free to take a look in the description at my other social media pages, including my blog, because there have been quite a few blog posts over the past week or so, because we are now 1 day away from the final of the 2019 Eurovision Song Contest in Tel Aviv in Israel. 26 nations will take to the stage, and after about 3.5 hours of live television, we will know this year's winning nation. First things first, I want to say, as always, please respect my opinions as I will with yours. And this is hopefully not going to be too long a video, but I have a feeling it will be because there is a lot to talk about. I'll be discussing last night's second semi-final, as well as previewing the grand final. We know the running order now, of course, and my very rough prediction for what might happen tomorrow night. I wouldn't take the prediction I've made terribly seriously, and it might change before tomorrow night's show. Now, I shouldn't need to say this, but I will. I'm having to start this video on a little bit of a negative note. During my reaction video last night, I was a little bit surprised that Albania qualified because I hadn't put them down as a qualifier. And I received a comment on that video not so long ago from somebody saying, "Why do you have to be so negative about Albania?" To which I said, I wasn't being negative. I thought John Eder sang very well, and although it's not one of my favourite entries of the year, I do see positives in it. I can appreciate the song for what it is. And then I received another comment earlier today from, I presume, an Albanian Eurovision fan, saying, "Well, that's a dislike for that. She was amazing." Now, I've no doubt that she sang amazingly well, but a comment like that just came across as very childish, petty, bitter behaviour. And I have seen it on Eurovision videos for years, including this year, and I've just had enough of it. So those comments have been deleted. And I feel bad about doing it, but I think it was a necessary thing to do. I don't mind comments at all on my videos from anybody, anywhere in the world, regarding the contest. But if you're going to be a bit childish about it, I don't want you on my channel. You know, if you can't accept other people's opinions, you probably shouldn't be a Eurovision fan, because everybody has a different opinion, everybody has a different taste in music. It's what makes Eurovision quite interesting. So, yeah, I just thought that it was a really petty thing to see, and I'm fed up of it. And I'm not just talking about my channel, I'm talking about other comments on other people's channels as well. So many dislikes as well. And it's clearly because people can't accept that this person maybe isn't so keen on the fans' country's entry, if you see what I mean. It's just really, really petty and silly, and I can't be dealing with it. So, now that that's out the way, I'm going to review the second semi-final from last night, if you'll excuse me. Apologies. So, semi-final 2 I thought was considerably better than semi-final 1. It made semi-final 1 look very weak indeed, actually. I'm going to go through all the songs and tell you my thoughts, but I will try and be brief. Song 1 last night was Armenia. This didn't qualify. That's now 2 years in a row that Armenia has not made it through to the Saturday show. I thought that this was a very fine performance indeed, one of the more rock-sounding entries of the year. I did expect it to go through. It didn't. I can only assume that the running order played a part, which it shouldn't do, but it does. Serbuk sang very well, very powerful. She was really singing this in a very powerful way. The stage was quite bare. Maybe that was an issue. And there was a point in the song where I think a lot of fans thought something had gone wrong, because there was this shot of the arena with no crowd. Apparently that was intentional, but it didn't quite work. Apparently just 1 point separated 10th and 11th in this semi-final. So was Armenia the unlucky nation to just miss out? Maybe. Let me know what you think. Song 2 was Ireland, 22. Really nice song, very charming. The studio version much better than the live version. Sarah, very likeable, very beautiful. I thought the performance was fine. I liked the whole comic strip retro feel to the performance. But the vocals weren't as strong as they probably should have been, and fan support was lacking anyway. No final. Song 3, Moldova. The emphasis was very much on the sand art and not so much the song. The song itself, very bland, it has to be said. What Moldova does well at Eurovision is the more unusual, slightly crazy, bizarre performances. When they do something more mature, it doesn't always work, which is quite interesting. Anyway, Moldova didn't qualify, and I don't think any of us are truly surprised. Song 4, Switzerland. This was very good. Singing and dancing at the same time is hard, but I think Luca managed it quite well. Much better than the rehearsal footage suggested. Lots of red, although he was in black. Sounded good, looked good. The crowd loved it. Switzerland have a good place in the final running order, so I don't think we can rule them out just yet. Song 5, Latvia. Really sleepy, really dull, but again, if you're in the mood for it, it's a very pleasant song to listen to. The performance was very static, it wasn't very memorable. It was obvious that a lot of people were going to be put off by it. No final. Song 7, Denmark. I had a sneaky feeling this would go through. A lot of people said no, it has no chance, but would you believe it, Denmark are in the final. A very charming song, very sweet. The big chair on stage. Leonora sounded pretty good, although she did appear a little bit nervous. The juries maybe really appreciated this a lot. The public, on the other hand, maybe not so much. I did read earlier that there were some differences in the split results, which we will know by the end of the week, I'm sure. Denmark may have been one of those countries that qualified with the juries but not with the public. Song 8, Sweden. Very good, but not quite as good as the national final performance in my opinion. The energy wasn't quite there. John, I think, was maybe holding back for the grand final. He knew he was going to qualify, let's be honest. Visually, the song could be a lot stronger. The lamp looks a bit out of place after about a minute. But on the whole, solid stuff. He can win. Song 9, Austria. Yeah, I really don't know what to make of this song. One day I like it, the next day I'm not so keen. I thought the wide shots looked good. I don't mind Penda's voice, but the song didn't really build up to anything. It wasn't particularly memorable, but at least the staging was just right. But third place last year, no final this year. Song 10, Croatia. I found this to be quite boring and cheesy. The wings on his back, a sort of cloudy sky on the backdrop. Good voice, but not much else to it. Croatia arguably sent the wrong song. Song 11, Malta. Fabulous. Really fabulous. The staging had changed from what I assumed it was going to be. They had the screen back on stage. It worked very well, very colourful, very confident performance. Michaela looked good, sounded good. Choreography, but not too over the top. Just right. The crowd loved it. This is exactly the sort of song the UK should be sending. But the BBC would never dream of doing that, would they? Malta, fabulous. Really, really good. Hopefully they'll do well tomorrow night. Song 12, Lithuania. Totally average, I'm afraid. I like the song, but I have gone off it quite a bit. The live performance didn't really change my opinion for the better. He sounded okay, but there was nothing to really grab onto, if you see what I mean. Song 13, Russia. This was solid stuff. He sang very well, but once the performance was over, I thought it was a bit underwhelming in the end. Let me know what you think. Russia can definitely win, no doubt about it. He will get points galore from Eastern Europe, but from Western Europe, and in particular in the jury vote, that's where his problems lie, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think Russia will win, but he'll come close. Song 14, Albania. Well, I have to be careful what I say here. The Albanian song is not one of my favourites, but I appreciate it for what it is. I like the fact it's in Albanian. I think she's a very good singer. I thought the performance was a bit too static, but there is a sort of classy, regal quality to the song that I quite like, and I'm happy it's gone through, in all honesty, because it was the only song entirely not in English. Song 15, Norway, was very good, big fan favourite. I thought it was staged fairly well. I thought it looked pretty good. The vocals were on point. Big fan favourite. I said it before, I'll say it again. It might do a Denmark. Because if you remember last year, Denmark were down here with the juries and then went whoosh with the public. We might see something similar again. Song 16, the Netherlands. Just really great. He sounded very good. I didn't think that he was over-reliant on the backing vocals. Sitting behind that piano. Great atmosphere. He was really into it. The crowd seemed to enjoy it. I thought it was fabulous. And if you believe the betting odds, and I wouldn't take them massively seriously, but if you believe the betting odds, the Netherlands have already won. He is so far out in front, it's unbelievable. And I don't think we've had such a convincing front-runner since Sweden 2012 with Euphoria. So, believe what you will. Song 17, North Macedonia, welcome back to the final. First time under that name, of course. 2012 the last time, but they are back. Tamara Tedesca, a fine performance, great voice, very powerful, not much else to say. And song 18, Azerbaijan, in the end, like with Russia, maybe not quite as incredible as I was expecting it to be. I don't think Azerbaijan will win, and I'm surprised that they were one of the favourites to win earlier in the week. I thought the performance was fine. Not a huge fan of the robotic arm scanner things on stage, but he sounded pretty good. It's a good song. Of course it was going to qualify. So, excuse me, I predicted 8 out of 10, which means I predicted 16 out of 20 on the whole this year. I thought that Romania and Armenia would go through ahead of Albania and Denmark. So, yeah, what I will say is that Denmark and Albania were my 11th and 12th placed nations. So I was very close to getting it right, but not quite. Anyway, let me know what you think. Remember, just 1 point separated a qualifier from a non-qualifier. So, the grand final. The running order was devised very quickly, late last night by Krista Björkman. And I saw it before I went to bed. And I've looked at it, and I've analysed it, and I've come up with a prediction, which I will explain at the end of this video. I have, if you'll just give me a moment, I have my notice board here in front of me. You won't be able to see it terribly well, but this is the running order, and I will be looking at this throughout tomorrow night's show just to see what I've written about each entry. It's going to be a great final, but what's very interesting is that 3 of the major favourites to win are in the first half, and I think we can say, barring a little bit of a surprise winner, the winner will be from the first half. So, here are my thoughts. I'll be brief. Song 1, Malta. Makes sense because it's a very upbeat song. But it's a bit of a shame at the same time because I think this has damaged any chance of Malta doing very well. You've got to be looking at the top 10. Top 5? Possibly. The juries always love Malta, so it seems. And I think the public are really behind Michaela as well. It's a very good song. What can I say? Very contemporary, very fresh. Excellent stuff. I am supporting it. It's growing on me all the time. Song 2, Albania. Well, nobody wants to perform second, but somebody has to. Again, it sort of makes sense. An upbeat song opening the show, followed by something that's a little bit more low-key. It could have been Germany, it could have been Slovenia. Instead, Albania. Mid-table at best? I think so. Song 3, Czech Republic. Lots of fan support for Lake Malawi, and I thought the performance on Tuesday night was actually very impressive indeed. But is this really going to cause a stir on Saturday night? I don't know. I like it more than I did, that's for sure. Top 10? Maybe. I don't know. It's on too early to really make a massive impact. Song 4, Germany. I like the song and I like the two of them. I don't know if anybody else agrees with me on this, but last night they were... one of the hosts was interviewing the two of them in the green room. They are so short. They are really short ladies. But anyway, the song, not that bad. I was harsh on it at first, but I started to appreciate it quite quickly. It's not bad. But let's be honest. Germany are coming for that last place. I would be surprised if Germany finished any higher than 20th, and I would not be shocked if they finished last, which would be a massive shame after finishing almost 3rd last year. Song 5, Russia. Well, I don't think Sergei will be happy at all that he is on so early, but if the song is good, it doesn't matter where it is in the running order, as far as I'm concerned. Sergei can win, but I have to be honest, I now think that he won't because of this running order. He is going to need points from every country, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not sure he's going to get them. Lots of 12 points? Just don't see it happening. But hey, what do I know? Song 6, Denmark. I like the song, it's very charming, but I think it will struggle, especially coming after Russia. Song 7, San Marino. Well, look. First of all, it shouldn't be in the final. Secondly, it is perhaps the jokiest entry of the year. Thirdly, honestly, as much as I don't mind the song at all, this should not be finishing too high up, because it will make the whole contest look like a bit of a joke, let's be honest. I'm glad San Marino are in the final, and other countries that maybe don't compete at the moment, like Monaco, Andorra, they should look at San Marino and say, they've qualified. So if we came back, we could too. And I think that's what's great about San Marino being in the final, because it gives smaller countries hope that they can do it. Excuse me, blimey. Song 8, North Macedonia. Great that they're back in the final. Mid-table at best. Song 9, Sweden. Yeah, this could win, but I get the feeling, and feel free to disagree with me here, I get the feeling that Sweden would be a very disappointing, underwhelming winner, because there are better songs, arguably. There are better performances. John's a fantastic singer, and he nails it. But is this song really the winner this year? I'm not sure. Definitely top 5, definitely. The juries may go massive for it. And apparently, the judges who will vote tonight in the jury show, they've been told not to really judge the live performance because there have been lots of technical issues. Apparently, they're just judging the studio version or something, which I think is very strange. That might damage a few countries' chances. Anyway, Song 10, Slovenia. Really nice, really beautiful, really hypnotic. But is it too sleepy for some? Possibly. Remember, Slovenia is usually very underrated in the contest. Song 11, Cyprus. This was good on Tuesday night, but not brilliant. And I don't think Cyprus will be finishing second this year. Top 10 is very possible, though. Song 12, the Netherlands. Honestly, I hope this wins. I think it deserves to. It's been a long time for the Netherlands, and they have a song that is definitely worthy of winning. Duncan is a great singer, and this is not a bad place in the running order, considering the Dutch were drawn into the first half. We'll just wait and see, but the bookmakers absolutely believe that the Netherlands will win. The fact he's on at the end of the first half pretty much is quite telling. That might be a sign he did very well indeed last night. Song 13 is Greece. Again, like with Cyprus, good, but not quite brilliant. Top 10, very possible. Song 14, Israel. I think the host nation will struggle, but I like the song more than I did, and I think I speak on behalf of a lot of other people when I say that too. Song 15, Norway. Again, quite telling. Maybe Norway didn't do quite as well as we expected, because they're on fairly early in the second half of the final. Good song. Like I said, it might do a Denmark. Song 16, the UK. Honestly, this song should be finishing at least in mid-table, but it probably won't. We will struggle again in the public vote, because the UK always seem to. And Michael Rice, he's very positive, and he's a great singer. I mean, he really sings this song very well, but it's not good enough on the whole. One of the more pleasing things about this song is that Salena, my personal winner from 2002, the Estonian entry that year on home soil, she's back. And she's been at Eurovision quite a bit as a backing vocalist for various different nations. So she's got loads of Eurovision experience, and she's on stage as one of Michael's backing singers. The problem for the UK as well is that straight afterwards is Iceland, and everybody will talk about Iceland, forgetting the UK in the process. The Icelandic entry, we all know about it. It's standout, vibrant, quite aggressive. Not everybody's cup of tea, but this will do very well in the public vote. Song 18, Estonia. Lots of people unhappy that Victor is in the final. His vocals have got to be better. Will struggle with the juries, no question. Mid-table at best. Song 19, Belarus, probably towards the bottom half here. I'm not sure many people really expected this song to qualify, but Zena's only 16 and she does a very good job, and it's quite a colourful, interesting performance. Song 20, Azerbaijan, probably not going to win now, but should finish quite high up. Good voice. Song 21, France. Could this win? Possibly. The attention is growing with this entry. Bilal, I like him. His voice is so much better than it was a couple of months ago. The version of the song is slightly different from what we heard in the national final and on the CD, which I have over there. I do like the French entry. I like it more than I did, but it doesn't scream winner to me. Let me know what you think. Song 23, Serbia. This will do quite well in the public vote, I'm sure, because Serbia usually do. Lots of neighbourly votes, but the song is good anyway. The jurors, I'm sure, will appreciate this as well. I'll say it again, mid-table at best. Song 24, Switzerland. Top 10, hopefully. This has top 10 written all over it as far as I'm concerned. Good place in the running order. Good stuff. Song 25, Australia. I am telling you now, Australia can win tomorrow night, and none of us should be surprised if Kate Miller-Heidke is the one holding aloft the Eurovision trophy. Australia is my favourite of the year. I thought the performance on Tuesday was very good. I'm not blown away by the staging as much as some other people, that's for sure, but this is a tremendous song, and I am glad more and more people are starting to enjoy it. I always liked it. I said months ago, as soon as the song was revealed, that I thought it sounded like a Eurovision winning entry. It could now be. We shall see tomorrow night. There is the possibility Australia will flop in the public vote again, but I think this song has more support than what Jessica Mauboy had last year, no doubt about it. Closing the show, unsurprisingly, Spain. Let's hope Spain are not underrated again. Every year we seem to get it. Oh, Spain's fantastic, Spain's fantastic. Yes, wonderful, hopefully they'll do well. And then nobody really seems to vote for them. We've had it time and time again. I always go back to 2012, Pastora Soler, one of the very finest Eurovision songs of the past 10 years. And yet it really struggled in the public vote. Ridiculous. Should have finished much higher. Anyway, Mickey, really likeable, energetic, colourful, a great show closer, maybe between 10th and 15th. So, let me know what you think. It is time for my very rough prediction of the grand final. Like I said, I would not take this too seriously. If you want to see these specifics, the split results, jury and public, it'll be on my blog later. I am a little bit behind with the blog posts at the moment. I will be trying to get them done as soon as possible. Remember, link in the description if you so wish to take a look. So, you can tell this video's very long because I'm starting to ramble really badly now. So, I'm going to go from bottom to top. 26th place, Germany. 25th place, San Marino. 24th, Israel. 23rd, Belarus. 22, Denmark. 21, Estonia. 20, Albania. 19, North Macedonia. 18, Czech Republic. Not too sure about that one. 17, Slovenia. 16, the United Kingdom. 15, Serbia. 14, Spain, which I think would be about right. 13, France. 12, Iceland. 11, Norway. And then we move into the top 10. 10, Azerbaijan. 9, Cyprus. 8, Greece. 7, Malta. 6, Switzerland. 5, Australia. 4, Russia. 3, Sweden. 2, Italy. And 1, Netherlands. And I have a feeling that I forgot to talk about the Italian song. The Italian song, Song 22, Mahmoud with soldi, which means money. This is great. Hip-hop meets pop, very fresh, very contemporary, great singer, looks quite cool and sophisticated. There is a sort of relaxed but really interesting vibe to the whole thing. I like it very much. Fans love it. It's a definite contender to win. Yes, I glossed over Italy for some reason. Apologies. There we have it. Let me know your thoughts on semi-final 2, on the grand final, and all being well, I will be back tomorrow night to react to the public results in the grand final. A video that will probably be about, I don't know, 10-15 minutes long. And then I will be taking a break from making videos just because I want to relax, and I probably will be back at some point in the middle of next week reviewing the whole contest, including the semi-final results, which we will surely know by the middle of next week. So there it is. I'm now going to relax now and watch a few more videos and see what the betting odds are saying and all of that business. And feel free to take a look at my reaction from last night and Tuesday night. And like I said at the start about the whole petty comments on YouTube thing, we're better than that. And it just frustrates me, and it must frustrate other people who make videos as well. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say on the matter. Moving on. Until next time, thank you very much for watching this long rambling video, and bye for now.